Hey, there we are. Welcome to episode 84 of Wise Advice. Give you a second to get caught up, get in here, like we do every night. Sunday evening, it's obviously winding down for many of us on the East Coast. West Coast, you're winding up. Katie's in first. Good to see you, Katie. How are you tonight? You out walking, I hope? Or it's probably early for you still, right? You're on the West Coast. Kirby, hey. What's going on, sir? Good to see you. Let's see who pops in. I knew Jeff would pop in. Jeff, good to see you, man. Hey, I spent a little bit of time scrolling through your feed today, Jeff. Guys, if you have not checked Jeff out, what is it, 140 pounds, Jeff, you're down and at Lifetime? So, man, it's always fun to scroll through your feed. So, Colleen, good to see you. Hello, good evening. David, man, hey, it was awesome meeting you officially in Wheaton, David. I'm going to talk about that during the show, but very, very cool to put a name to the face finally, which is always fun. So, hi, David. Good to see you. Angie's in. Hello. Very good. So, Alasela, how'd I do? From memory, the phone buzzed. You clicked on, so you were there. Cool. Wow, look at this. Jacob, .4 from gold. That is incredible. So, obviously, a little bit of focus, discipline, some tracking. You'll get there and then maintain it for life, which is cool. Katie will be out walking soon for sure. Vicky, good evening. Cool. Thanks, Kirby. Good to see you always for sure. Diane, hi. Wendy, hello. Elizabeth from Elizabeth. Hello from Elizabeth in Florida. Got it. So June, hello. Yeah, Jeff, I know you feel awesome. Jeff feels awesome. So, again, guys, I was just scrolling through. Jeff is on, obviously on Connect, but it's an amazing story. So, Jeff, good work, man. I know you feel great because you look great, which is half the battle, right? So, Debbie from Tennessee, very cool. Susan, good evening. Linda, happy Sunday to you too. Annalie, hello. Araceli, that's what it was. Got it. You just had to remind me. I'm terrible at names. Adriana, good evening. Andrea, hello. Jennifer. Jennifer just got to goal Saturday. Well, then you're going to like this show. This show is all about getting to goal and what that means. But Jennifer, congratulations. Tell me how it feels. I know it feels incredible. And one of the things I'm going to say it in the show, I have it written down. It's where is it? Something along the lines of there is absolutely no comparison to being slightly above goal and being at goal. So you can feel great in your life. You can be happy. You can be jovial. You can have a good time. But when you get to goal, it's just that much more better. You can't even describe it. And unless you've hit it, you don't know what we're talking about. And so that's the feeling I want to invoke tonight, that people understand that. So Yvette, good evening. Kathy says hi. Christine, good to see you. Very cool. Joe has got 13,000 steps today. I have almost like no steps today. Let's just check. Sad. 3842. Can you see that? I don't know if it shows up. 3,800 steps today is all I got. We spent a lot of time in the car today, so not a ton of steps. Let's see. Angie is here. So Angie is down 17.6 for a 3-pound week. That's awesome. Great work. Let's see. I finally got it. All right. Neetha's here. You guys, I continue to really like the fact that when you guys come in here, you communicate with each other and congratulate each other back and forth. That is that's pretty cool. So keep up that fun stuff. Christine, it's hot as heck in Florida. I imagine that's why I don't live in Florida. One of the reasons, I guess. Sandra is here. Rapid City, South Dakota. Kelly, hello. So Jennifer is 42. She hasn't been this weight since junior high. So, you have to get there to understand what that means, folks. And that's when you get to a place you've never been as an adult. It's so different. It's not even describable. Sharon out of Seattle, so we got the West Coast covered for sure. Linda, okay, Linda, you guys are communicating as to where you are. That's cool. Audrey, on vacation and checking in. I feel bad for you, but I'm honored that you're doing that. I wish your vacation was just a little bit more exciting, but at least it's focused, and that's what's cool. Denise, hello. We'll see you in Louisville in 2018. We're not going to forget that. So every time you check in, I'll remind you. So let's make sure we get that squared away. Judy, hello. Vonda, hello. Debbie says goal in, I think it's supposed to be March, right, Debbie? Goal in March, 68 pounds down, 145 pound loss total. So you and Jeff have a lot in common because Jeff's done 140. Water break. At the in-laws for dinner, pre-tracked. Great work. Christine forgot to wear her Fitbit. That's what, here it is, right? That's what I like about my my Nokia step tracker is that it has a 28-day battery, so I don't take it off. I wear it, and it takes about every once in a while when I shower, I'll just throw it on the charger for a couple minutes while I shower. Other than that, it goes right back on, but I don't forget to wear it because I sleep with it. I wear it, and it has a 28, 25, I don't know what the official is, but it lasts for like a month. Steve has 18,758 steps. That's crazy talk. Crazy talk. All right, so let's see. I'm going to try and get down to the bottom here. Sharon, you've been at golf since 2003. Man, that is, what's that, 14 years? Quick math. Congratulations. That is the goal for all of us, right? And so I'm confident that I will have a similar story to that 14 years from now, but I have to take it one day at a time and just let that day come to me. So you provide that inspiration for me to know that it's possible, which is absolutely cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Rebecca, I don't know how someone gets 18,000 steps in a day. It's nuts to me. Very much nuts. But Steve Davis got 13. Very cool. Jeffrey, hello, howdy. So Kathy's saying you're new at goal, still can't see me in the body that I'm wearing. Yeah, that is the truth, right? We're not used to seeing what we look like. So I even have it on occasion. I get a glimpse of even today still. You get a glimpse in a mirror you weren't expecting, and it's just the opposite of what we used to get, right? Before, we used to get that glimpse in the mirror, and we was like, ugh, I hate that. Now I get a glimpse in the mirror, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's me. So it was cool. We went to an antique store today, and one of the little things, there was the mirror was like this big, and I actually did pause for a second. I'm like, hey, I like that. So very, very cool. Awesome. Neetha busted through a 2-month plateau. We're going to talk about that tonight, too. It's a good work. And I'll save it for the show, but if you're on a plateau for more than a couple months, I don't know what the timeline is. It's different for everybody. But if you're on a plateau for a couple months, it's not a plateau. It's you not working the plan is my assumption. So I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to assume for many people. So, we're just gonna call you Shelly. All right, Shelly. Easy enough. Christine has a gear watch. I never heard of that one. I think I've tried them all. I had Fitbit to start. I went to Garmin, and I still use my Garmin for running. The data that Garmin gives me on my run is just absolutely fantastic. So I will always use a Garmin for running. My step tracker is the Nokia Steel HR, which will be the Nokia Steel, I guess, is currently available. HR will be available soon, and then my wife uses the Apple Watch. So I have a preference, but I don't have a solid preference. I like them all, but I like the ones that I can wear every day, which helps. Sharon got mad steps. So here, Sharon, the good news is if you forget to wear your tracker, your body still tracks it. So very cool. All right, well, this is going to go for a little bit. So let's go. Let me get to the podcast. We'll get to Katie real quick. Katie says, I felt a little defeated when I realized he'd only lost 5.2 since June 1st, but then I remembered it's summer vacation and I'm still on plan. So 5.2 in a month is good work. That's 60 pounds a year, right? Isn't that what that math is? 12 times 5, 60. So Katie, keep up that trend and you'll be in good shape. So, all right, so we'll stop at Lillian right here for a second, and then we'll get the show done. Let's do that. This is going to be episode 84. Let's see. Testing 1 2 test. There it is. Like I couldn't hear myself. It was weird. Testing 1 2. Any idea what's up next? Water, David. Hey, David. Real quick on this before we get started. I got to meet David when we were up. I'm going to talk about it on the show, but I got to meet David when we were up in Wheaton this weekend, and I didn't recognize you at first, Dave. When I walked in the room when you were sitting there, I didn't recognize you because you were like this big. I don't know what I was expecting, but and I knew you were a goal and all that good stuff. But it was, even when I saw you for the first time, it caught me off guard. So. That was very, very cool. All right, let's get this wise advice drinking game. Everybody grab your water, and when I say, I don't know what I say, points, I guess. All right. All right, can you guys still hear me on Facebook? Because I moved that mic. I think you're good there. I am your host, Fat Dag, and you're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com. Follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 84 of Wise Advice. And man, I had a fantastic weekend. I don't know if you saw it on Connect, and depending on where you're following along on, but we went up to Chicago for the weekend, up in Wheaton. There was a Connect meetup of, I don't even remember, probably about 30 or 40 people, maybe even 50 people in the room at one point. All folks who are working the Weight Watcher plan, who are just in it to change their lives, and they want to take an additional step in their health. And they said, you know what, I want to meet some of these people I see online and kind of give me a piece of the journey that kind of helps tie it together and gives me a little more accountability, because I find people that I meet and I kind of want to hang out. So we went up there this weekend. For us, it was kind of fun. It was about a 3.5, 4 hour drive because of traffic. Got there just as the meeting was had just begun. Hung around for a couple hours and then we drove back. But it was absolutely an incredible day. And for me, for number one, it was a chance for me to see a lot of people face to face, that I could look at them and thank them and say, you know what, thank you for putting your story out there. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for being a wingman. Thank you for showing me that what I was trying to do was possible. So it gave me that opportunity to kind of thank the community for giving me my life back. And so that was a complete honor of mine to be able to be up there and meet a whole bunch of great people who are just doing fantastic work. But it brought me to a point where I made this realization, and I kind of put it on Connect today. I put it on Facebook as well, is that, those of us who are at Lifetime, those of us who have hit goal and continue to maintain our goal weight and our goal feeling, we owe it to the community to kind of just continue to remind you what it is you're chasing, what it is you're trying to get done. And I call this my Jerry Maguire moment, and it really kind of hit me is a lot of times we spend a lot of time in this weight loss journey trying to figure out what it is we're trying to do. We understand the program. There is no secret to weight loss. Burn more calories than you consume. It's that simple. You talk to any single fitness person out there, that's the number one thing they're going to tell you is hey, just go work out more, eat less, and burn more calories than you lose. But we know that it's significantly more difficult than that. So what we need to know is we got to tap into the why. As I told you many times, my weight loss journey failed every single time I focused on how to get it done. And when I focused on the food hacks and what kind of trick could I do and what kind of suppression could I do and how would I work out more, all of those led to some good success temporarily, but none of them led to the lifestyle change that got me to goal. I'd never hit my goal before. I'd been close before. I'd done really well on the program. I was never able to sustain it until I focused on why. And the why for me is I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be fit. I wanted to be able to pass this PT test any single chance I got. I was talking today, I could, in my combat boots, in my full uniform, at 80 degree, 90 degree heat, 2 seconds after lunch, I can go take the PT test and pass it. That's a place in my life I've never been. And so that was all part of my why, and that continues as now my why continues to focus is I want to be in the best shape of my life health-wise. I want to take control of my life, and I want to be healthy, I want to be fit, and I want to stay at goal. So those of us at Lifetime, we have the responsibility back to the community to show anybody who's working the plan, who wants to get this done, what the prize is, what you're fighting for. When you say no, when you're out of points and I ask you to stop eating points, I want you to understand why you're saying no at that point. I want you to understand why you've switched at 7 o'clock at night, why you will switch to apples and bananas only for the rest of the evening. Why you will say no to a piece of chocolate cake at 6:30 in the evening? It's because the feeling you get at goal is like no other feeling out there. Now I get it. Before I hit my goal, I was a happy guy. I had a lot of fun. I have a beautiful house. I have a beautiful family. I have a lot of great friends. But there was a piece missing, and it's a piece that I didn't even know existed. And that piece was hitting goal. And there is a complete difference between someone who's almost at goal, who has a great life, and someone who's at goal with all of the same circumstances. It is completely different. The journey is 80% mental. If you don't stay focused, you don't keep your head in the game, it's hard to stay focused on it. So that's why we do the podcast. Is exactly what Jeff just pointed out. And if you haven't followed Jeff on Connect, you need to get out and Jeff Hoisted out there. The dude's killing it, down 140 pounds at a goal weight, and his mind is in the game. So as Lifetime members, we commit now, and I'm going to use the hashtag Team Lifetime. I'm going to use the hashtag Goal Call, and I want Lifetime members to continue using them to show anybody working the plan who's just kind of happy, who's doing great, who's kind of getting some results, but they don't really know what they're fighting for. They're not, they're kind of, I wouldn't say aimlessly, but they're just kind of floating around and just following the plan. And if you're going a little aimlessly at it, you don't have a destination in mind. You don't know what the finish line looks like, and therefore you will never know when you get there. If we show you what it's like and we show you what it feels like, and kind of convey that to you, it gives you a way to get there. So again, to the folks out in Wheaton, Chicago, thank you for inviting me up there. Thanking me for having me there. The room was absolutely awesome. A shout out to some guys. There was a handful of guys there that all of us were at goal. And you'll see a picture this week on Connect if you haven't already. It's a picture of all of us guys in the room, and every one of us is at goal. It's an incredible feeling, and Tony says it best. He said, who says Weight Watchers is for the ladies only, and so it's a cool picture. I can't wait to share that. But you have to want this more than anything else. More than anything, you have to want to be at goal, and you have the ability to get there. So a couple things I want to talk about is what is goal? How do you establish your goal? There's a lot of concern out there. When we started talking, this came up in our meeting in the Connect Live up in Wheaton. It came up in the meeting is what is a doctor's goal? And is establishing a doctor's goal, is that it kind of has a negative stereotype or connotation to it. And we put that to bed really quickly in the meeting room. And I want to take one step further and describe it here. Here's how I would say, if we follow the plan, there are some guidelines for what your goal weight should be. Now, the Weight Watcher plan says you want to be in a healthy BMI. I firmly believe that many of us have the ability to get there. We just truly don't know what that's like until we get there. But let's take one step further. Let's say we didn't get there. How do we establish a doctor goal? Well, here's how I would recommend that you start establishing your doctor's goal. Your doctor goal is a point where, and you've heard me say, goal is a feeling. When you step on the scale and you don't want to lose any more weight, that's goal. When you step on the scale and you say, yeah, I feel great, I look good, and you put on a shirt that looks good, that's trim and fit, and you're like, no, I like this. When you establish all that, then you go visit your doctor and you say, Doc, I got on the scale this morning, I don't want to lose any more weight. And the doctor agrees, and you say, well, can you write that number down because that's my new goal? It's not the other way around. You don't go to a doctor and say, give me a number, I'll try and hit it, and when I get there, we'll call it goal. Because let's face it, we don't know what that looks like. If the doctor, gives you a number that's 20, 30 pounds from where you're at currently, between the two of you, even as educated as they are, they're just giving you a number to see if you can hit a milestone, to see if you can hit something to kind of keep you motivated to go forward. I want you to be motivated into a feeling. I want you to be motivated to a point where you're like, no, I don't want to lose any more weight. That is your doctor's goal. And at that point, you say, you know what? Hey, this is what the goal is. This is what the number is. You put that in the system and you get it done. So that is that when you get there, at that point, you've now gotten control of your life. When you get control of the eating part of your life, everything else in life falls in place. If you don't get there, if you don't stay focused, then you just get what you get. And what I want you to do is I want you to get what you want. I don't want you to settle for whatever life has to give you. If you're walking around and you're close to goal and you're on a plateau and you're a multi-month plateau and you're struggling to get there, are you tracking properly? The question I'm going to almost always start asking is, how many points did you eat today? And when I ask that, normally I ask that a couple times. I get a lot of Facebook messages and a lot of email. And when I reply back with, how many points did you eat today? Many times I get an excuse of list of, well, I would have, but I didn't, and that's not working the program. I'm going to commit to you as a lifetime member to show you that this is absolutely possible. This is absolutely doable, but you've got to follow the plan. You've got to want it, and you've got to want it more than anything else. And if you do that, you can get it. So out of the gate, Amy writes in from Facebook, and she says, I was following you last year. I fell off the wagon, and I recommitted about 3 meetings ago. I'm good. It's good to see you are still doing so well. I do have a question, though. At one point, you acknowledged that you were a bit more strict than maybe the others because you had your PT test looming over you. Do you think that being so strict and losing so rapidly has affected you in one way or the other in terms of sustainability? I'm hoping that makes sense. So that came in at a Facebook Messenger, and we had a great conversation about it. And so here is my answer to that. There is no right or wrong way to work the plan as long as you're following the plan and you let the results speak for themselves. When I was working the plan, I decided, I got so mad. I got so sick and tired of being overweight. I was so frustrated. I was so embarrassed that I said, you know what, I am doing this, and I am doing this for the very last time. That is the focus and determination I used to get to my goal. While I was losing my weight, I tracked everything. I tracked Tic Tacs. 5 Tic Tacs is 0 points. The 6th Tic Tac becomes 1 point. As I was eating them throughout the course of the day, I tracked them. I didn't cheat the plan. I ate my dailies. Sometimes I ate my weeklies. Sometimes I didn't eat my weeklies. If I was hungry, I ate them. But I didn't have a cheat day. I didn't have a cheat meal. I followed the plan. When I was out of points, I stopped eating points. And then the nights that I was out of points early, I looked back at the previous day's tracker and I made guesses as to what I could have done differently if I could do that day over again. And a couple times I would find things like, well, if I could do this day over again, I would have passed on the bag of potato chips that was 8 points. I would have passed on the candy that was 5 or 6 points or whatever it was. And if I had the day to do over, I would have passed on those things so that I could have had points going into dinner. So I worked the plan so strictly because I was determined, more than anything, to get to goal. Now, I can't change the speed of which that happened for me, but I just really what I'm thankful for is as I did that, because I stayed so disciplined to the tracker that I said when I'm out of points, I'm going to stop eating points, it forced me to really kick some bad habits to the curb. I realized quickly that I couldn't have, brownies for dinner after a full day's meal. I couldn't go out to eat 3 days I couldn't go out to eat for 3 meals and then still have dessert. If I was going to go out 3 meals for food, I had to start making some healthier choices in order to accommodate 3 meals in a day at a restaurant. There are days that I was able to do that, but I had to make some choices to do there. So that is the piece that I'm more thankful for, because I was so strict to the plan that I was able to develop new habits because I was strict enough to not let my old habits carry me over. And if you don't change your habits, if you don't change your lifestyle, then you have the opportunity to be able to not stick with it. And I don't want that for you. What I want for you is I want you to stick with it for the rest of your life, make it your life, and get it done. So Amy, thanks for that. Another Amy coincidentally writes in, says, "Hi Mike, thank you so much for your podcast. They have become my anchor for me. My why is so I don't eat mindlessly, which will lead to weight gain, lethargy, and negatively affect my health as I get older. When I joined Weight Watchers for the last time, I did so because I refused to succumb to buying a new wardrobe in a larger size. I am a strong, determined person. I knew it was time to make a fresh start. With that in mind, I want to share a celebration with you that I hope will inspire others. I am happy to say that I've been at goal for 5 years. It's truly hard to believe sometimes. I started my journey in January 2003, and I made Lifetime in June of 2003. From there, simply put, complacency set in. I stopped going to weekly meetings and I weighed in once a month. I took the summers and holidays off. I didn't understand that reaching goal was just that. It was a goal. It was an accomplishment. Achieving a Lifetime was not the end of the road. It wasn't something I could just check off my to-do list. I joined Weight Watchers on and off again for 9 years, losing and gaining back the weight. I reached goal again some of those times, so I knew the plan worked. I didn't truly understand the commitment and dedication that it takes to maintain success and stay on the plan. I didn't realize that I had to maintain the mindset and the focus that I had when I was in the weight loss mode. I had to do this for the rest of my life. In January 2012, when I was 42, I joined Weight Watchers again for the last time. This time, as the others say in your podcast, was different. During one of our meetings, my leader at that time told all of us, make 2012 your year. That was my aha moment. All of us have or will experience that. I lost 24 pounds in 6 months and I hit goal again, this time on maintenance. I finally understood what it takes to commit to something and the discipline and an increase in physical activity. I only do about 30 minutes a day, and setting new goals for myself. The comments of, did you lose weight? You look great, went away once I stopped losing weight. The new goals I make provide me with continuous motivation and keep me focused. Sure, life gets in the way, unexpected events come up, and health issues arise for all of us. I don't look at them as roadblocks, but rather as challenges that prove the strength and dedication I have to myself and to this program. The anchors that I used today are tracking, attending weekly meetings and weighing in each time, attendance goal, adding spices to food so I am more satisfied with smaller portions, staying away from grab-and-go foods that make me eat mindlessly. Activity and attendance goals now in your podcast. For those who are unsure of what to do or you feel overwhelmed, take baby steps. Write down small, specific goals and incorporate your choices around them. Go to your weekly meeting no matter how your week went. Apply the ideas and tools you learn in those meetings and connect to your daily life so they become habits. And of course, write down your why. Look at it often so you know why you're doing this. I have great self-confidence now, and I am excited to continue this journey with all of you. Thank you again, Mike, for your continuous support and your service to our country. Be well, stay focused, Amy. Folks, did you hear that? So here's a couple things that I thought were absolutely key in Amy's email. She hit goal in Lifetime many, many years ago, but she hit there with the how version of this weight loss plan. She understood you can have success following your how. If you know how to do this, you can have success. You can hit goal. You can get lifetime. You can maintain it for a year or two or longer if you're focused on your how. When you tap into your why, it becomes the permanent fixture. In Amy's email, she hit goal, stayed focused on her how, and that allowed her to drift away from goal and away from lifetime. Tapping into the why got her back. Amy, 5 years at goal and lifetime is an incredible accomplishment. I'm so proud of you. And that is what I now look forward to. You know, I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary at this goal weight, and that day is going to be great for me. It's going to be that first year along this journey of a 5-year journey to catch up to you. At that point, you'll probably be at 10 years, so I'll probably never catch you. But that's the rabbit that I continue to chase. You continue to show me that it's possible. So keep up the great job. And you know, I as I walk around in the world, I see all kinds of different people, and those who are paying attention, those who are focused and disciplined, are getting it done and are able to maintain. So Amy, you're clearly one of them. Thank you so much for that. Johanna writes in and says, Mike, thanks for the podcast. I've been debating emailing you, and then in a recent podcast, you encouraged lifetime members to write in as well. So that gave me the extra push. Here is my story with some of my whys mingled in. Near the end of 2011, I found out that I was pregnant. I went in for my first appointment around 8 weeks along and stepped on the scale for the first time in years. I almost cried. There had always been a number in my head that if I hit it, I told myself I would diet. Well, I was 30 pounds past that number. I was devastated and ashamed. During the last trimester, like every other pregnant woman, I was tested for gestational diabetes. It came back that I had it. I remembered breaking down in tears at my desk at work. My family has a history of diabetes, so I was determined to maintain my health during that time with diet alone. I did well, and I never had to add in medication. Even doing that, I wasn't quite ready to make a lifelong change after having my son in August of 2012. In January 2013, I knew I needed the accountability and the help, so I walked into my local Weight Watchers location. In June 2014, I reached my goal weight and I hit lifetime. I lost 100 pounds. June of 2014. Like you say, it was great to step on the scale for the last time in a weight loss mode. I lost my Weight Watchers. I lost my weight on Weight Watchers Points Plus program, and I've maintained on the Smart Points program. I celebrated my 3-year lifetime anniversary in June. This time, I celebrated as a leader. I love to encourage people by reminding them that if you follow the program, it works. In the 4+ years I've been doing Weight Watchers, I have lost and maintained on tracking alone. I have many hats, and I've not been able to make time for consistent exercise. I hope to do that in the near future as my son becomes more independent with age. Your attendance versus performance mantra gives me hope and has given me an attainable vision to remember that lifetime members and fellow leaders need as well. So thanks again, Fat Dag. Johanna out of Nashville, Tennessee. Well, folks, 100-pound loss, lost, maintained, and sustained for 3 years now. By following the program. No exercise at all. You heard that. No exercise at all. That is an incredible feat. You know, and so this is exactly what I'm asking for. Is she says, I love to encourage people by reminding them that if you follow the program, it works. If you're on a multi-month plateau, ask yourself if you're truly following the program. If you've hit 10%, you've heard me say this, if you've hit 10%, you have the ability to make goal. Now, if you hit 10% and then you turn into a multi-month plateau after that, are you doing the same things that you were doing when you hit your 10% goal? That's the question you need to ask yourself. That's where I want you to focus because we now have a couple different stories now where we have people who have followed the program, who have done it many different ways, no exercise used to lose 100 pounds, to maintain it, to focus on it, and 3 years later, still rocking goal. Now that's exactly what we're after. So Johanna, thank you for your email as well. Kathy writes in and says, hey Mike, not Fat Dag, Just a quick note to thank you yet again for all of your support and your efforts to help us on our journey. You had given me some wise advice on the podcast, which just happened to correspond with my birthday. Well, I never thought I could have done this on my own, and actually have never done it on my own. I joined many times in the last 25 plus years, and I quit. But with tracking, honest blue dots, the help of Connect, my meeting, and of course you, today I hit goal. I plan on using the money that I'm not paying for a Weight Watcher meeting to find a local gym that will help me keep healthy and strong. I am a Weight Watcher lifer and so proud. Much gratitude for all the support out there, Kathy. Kathy, congratulations on hitting your goal. That is incredible. I get it. 25-year journey. Can you honestly say that hitting goal was way better than being close to goal? I know you can. And so I know if you sit back and you think about it, the day you hit goal is completely life-changing. I don't care how great the days before hitting goal are. If you have the best life going out there and you're just above goal, but you still are trying to hit that goal, the day you hit goal, everything changes. It's completely different. There is no comparison to being close to goal and to hit goal. Absolutely none. So it doesn't matter how happy you are leading up to it. It will increase tenfold when you hit goal. And that's what I want you to tap into. So go get it done. And Kathy, so you are now rocking your goal. You're rocking lifetime. And you're never going to give that feeling back. That is the cool part of this journey, is that when you tap into the why and you know why you're doing it, you will keep it for the rest of your life. So that is outstanding work. And so here's where we are. We're at a point now where you've just heard all kinds of people who've hit their goal. You've heard from people who hit lifetime, you've heard from people who've maintained it for 3 years, for 5 years. It can be done. What you're trying to do is possible. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. When I focused on how I wanted to lose weight, and that was by eating this instead of that, or by going to the gym more, or just trying to follow the program. When I focused on how, I was able to get success, but I wasn't able to maintain it. When I focused on why, everything changed. I truly transformed myself when I focused on my why. I want you to get to goal. More than anything, that's what I want. Being at goal, we're better together, and the more people who show the world what it's like to live a happy, healthy lifestyle, the better off we will all be. So I want you to get to goal. If you're at goal, I want you to stay at goal. And what I'm demonstrating to you through all of us who write in is that we can get there. What you're trying to do is possible. Find out what your why is. If you don't know, you need to spend some time trying to figure it out. You need to spend some soul searching. What drove you to sign up? We didn't start a weight loss journey because we just thought it would be kind of fun. There was something specific that made us want to join. There's something specific that made you click the mouse button, pull out your credit card, and pay for an online membership or pay for a meeting room to lose weight. That specific reason inside is what is your why. If you want to be free from pain, that's serious. That's significant, and you can do that. So figure out what it is, write it down, read it as often as you need to read it, and get it done. So I want to know if you're at Lifetime. I want to hear from Team Lifetime. I want to hear Goal Call so that we can continue to inspire the community, let everybody know that we are out here celebrating, we are out here getting it done, and we want you to join us. What is it that you're celebrating along the way? Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com, click on podcast, click on listen now, send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. You can email it on air at fatdag.com. I want you to be proud of what you're doing. This is absolutely hard work. It's doable work, and you can get it done. Well, that is going to do it for this time. Remember, losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. All right. Well, that was fun. So I mean that, folks. I'm going to go back up and, as we do the show. I'll stick around for a little bit and we'll talk. I can't explain to you any more sincere without completely just getting mad and getting angry and yelling, right? And that's not how I roll. That's not, someone put on Connect today, I want you to be my drill sergeant. And I'm like, no, be your own drill sergeant. You're with you more than I'm with you. So if, I can yell at you 2 times a day, but you gotta stay awake for, how many hours a day you're awake. And I can't be with you 24/7. So you need to find your own discipline and be your own drill sergeant along the way. But man, I get frustrated in a sense where, because I know how hard this journey is, and so the fact that it took me this long to get here is where I have that compassion, because I know that it's not easy, and I know that you can want to all you want and you can still struggle. I get all that because I've done all that for sure. But so I do have that side of me that is completely compassionate. But I want to ignite a side of you that wants this more than anything. You want this more than you want extra French fries. You want this more than you want an extra dessert. Tonight is a perfect example for me. We're home. I'm out of points for the day, and so I think I had 4 points left or whatever it was. So I'm essentially out of points. And I was sitting and we had dinner early based on how the day went. And I kind of got, a little bit of craving for something. And so we drove to the grocery store and I bought an apple and a banana because those were 0 points. Because I wanted to stay on plan more than anything else tonight. And that's what I absolutely want from you too. I want you to be able to say, you know what? I know that, I can have whatever I want, but right now I want to be healthy. I want to make goal. I want to maintain goal. I want to continue to live a healthy lifestyle. So, I'm kind of bragging on this shirt today, and it's kind of fun is, I bought this thing yesterday. If you saw it on Connect, I bought it yesterday up in Chicago. I didn't even try it on. I said, give me a medium shirt. Drove home, threw it on the, on the nightstand or on the couch next to our bed. Woke up this morning, went in the shower, and put the shirt on, and it just fit. And it's kind of like, it's just, that is what the goal is, just that confidence that you get from just knowing that you feel good and look good and you can get it done. So very, very cool. So yeah, I'm going to scroll up a little bit and see if I missed anything significant, and then I'll come back down to the bottom here. Diane, good to see you. Steve is here. Let me scroll up for a little. You guys were very chatty during the episode, which I thought was awesome. So thank you for that, for sure. Let's see where we go. Steve says something about Rainforest Cafe. I had missed that. I'm glad I missed that conversation. Cool. So Johanna's in here with her. It looks like some of her meeting people are in here, which is cool. Very, very cool. All right, man. You guys were super, super chatty. Taking me forever to get back to where we were. All right. Sorry, I'm still scrolling. Man, that's gonna take me a while. All right, I think we're here. So, Catherine made it in, so cool. Hi, Mom. Mom made it. Mom's good. Woohoo! I haven't talked to you in a couple days, Mom. Text me how you doing. Mom and Dad are on vacation working the plan and still losing weight, which is awesome. Yep. So, all right. So, all right. So, all right. Okay. So you guys are just chatting back and forth, which is good stuff. Um, yeah. Charlotte made it in. Charlotte, woohoo! Good to see you. Made it live. So very cool. The live part's fun. 11-point slice of pizza. I don't know. 11 points. I do a 7-point slice of pizza. Papa John's is the 7-point for cheese. Um, Woohoo, Don. Awesome. Goal call and team lifetime post. I'm going to start using those hashtags as well because they're just important. So, Jeff, this is a great point. So, Jeff says he looks forward to his Thursday night meeting every week. Yep, doesn't give up because this camaraderie, the inspiring stories, and the ideas. It's this we have to. And more than anything, Jeff, is it's that focus. You got to stay focused, and you're clearly doing that. So, very, very cool. Let's see. Johanna, did I pronounced your name right? I hope, right? You were awesome when you sent it in. You gave me the phonetic version, which helps. So thank you for that. Charlotte finished steps. One of the things I'm going to do is funny. I get a lot of email too from people who listen while they're out working out to the podcast. I think I'm going to do I don't know how I'm going to do it, so don't quote me on it, but I want to find a way to do like a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute something. So if you're out walking, I can go, hey, it's been 15 minutes. Great job, or something like that. But I don't know how I'm going to implement it because every time I add to it, it just gives me more to do, which is hard to do. Yeah, so Linda, that's cool. So tears of joy were the same, similar tears or same tears that you had when you first became a mom. It's, you can't describe goal. And so, this is the thing I was trying to convey, and I don't know if I did a good job of it or not, but the thing I was trying to convey is I see a lot of people who are, they're great people. They're awesome people. They're doing fantastic work. They've kind of stalled in their plan a little bit, but they're happy and their life is good for them and everything is going well, and they're just still kind of working the plan. The thing I'm trying to convey is that if you could get to goal, all that joy and happiness you have just doubles or triples, if not. It's different. So I think a lot of people who get close to goal, they think that, you know what, it's that complacent. I feel really good and life is great. And I get that. But there is no comparable feeling to stepping on the scale for the last time wanting to lose weight. So, yeah. So Diane's here. Yeah, Charlotte, I saw your be free of pain. So I worked that in a little bit. All right, Catherine says, I'm so ready to get to goal. A newbie in the making, still working on the last 7 pounds. So you know how you lose the last 7 pounds? There's a trick to that, Catherine. There really is. You lose the last 7 pounds the same way you lost the first 7. That's the secret. So what did you do to lose the first 7? Remember when you came home from the store and you scanned everything in your closet, or in your cabinet, in your pantry? Remember when you weighed everything? You remember when you opened the bag and you took out, 32 chips exactly? Remember when you pulled out the scale and you weighed your chips? All of that. Remember when someone called you and said, no, not tonight? I'm not going to do dinner. Remember when someone said, hey, what would you like for dinner? And you said, I'm going to stay home and have this. That's how you lost the first 7 pounds. And that is how you lose the last 7 pounds. Same way. And then you just maintain it. Yeah, I wonder, I get a couple people, I saw people having issues with the audio, and I wonder if it's got to be your internet connection, I think. So it's too bad because 22 push-ups nose to the floor. Is that we're doing 22 push-ups tonight, Stephen, instead of the 3-minute plank? It's push-up night. All right. When I get to the bottom, we'll end the show with push-ups. No, and so yeah. So Charlotte, I'm glad to yell at you. I mean, kidding, right? But I just can't be there 24/7. You need to take responsibility and control over the own piece of it. And then, very, very cool. So be your own drill sergeant. Be your own accountability tool. June said you made goal a little over a week ago. Yeah, definitely send me an email. So congratulations, June, on making goal. That's feels great, right? Tell me. I want you in your email. If it's your email. Tell me what you want to tell me. But I want you to tell me how good it feels, and I want you to tell me the if it feels different than you thought it would. That's what I want to know because I believe it's true. Um, let's see. Whoop whoop. Everyone's yep. June. So Sandra says number 54 in this show are your favorite. So 54 is that's my I'm a Good Airman show, right? That is a good one. I do like that one too. I'm gonna do that this week. I got another opportunity to speak to the Army, so that'll be kind of fun. So cool. Let's see. Looks like we're making it to the end here, or at least unless what you've said. Yes, Denise, awesome. Right there, perfect. That's exactly so. You will have a chance in your life if when you make goal and you make lifetime, you'll have a chance to have apple pie again. If you eating apple pie at goal is different than eating apple pie not at goal. It's just different, and your body can absorb it differently at your goal, and you're going to have a smaller piece, and you're going to track better at goal in lifetime. So for right now, let's make goal. So goal is more important. You can do it. I love this. Katie says, yeah. So Katie, I'm the same way for sure. I did not think hitting goal was possible either. I didn't. I didn't think I was willing to set a doctor's note goal at like 220, not knowing what 220 felt or looked like. But when I got to 220, I didn't like what I saw in the mirror still. So I just kept going. My leader encouraged me from 200 pounds on. My leader encouraged me to just lose 5 pounds at a time, and that's what got me down to 172 at one point. Was just 5 pounds at a time, and I didn't at all think it was possible. So Connect proved to me that it was, and my leader proved to me. So that's what I want Team Lifetime and Goal Call to do. So very, very cool. Yep. Audrey, true statement, right? Sometimes we have to get out of our own way. We have to be able to pause just long enough before we grab something to know that, if you eat it mindlessly, then it's hard. But if you could take 2 seconds before you grab something, would I rather have this, or would I rather have goal? Would I rather have more wings or goal? Would I rather have apple pie or goal? When you put it that simple, everyone would rather have goal. If I asked you right now, hey, I can give you you've rubbed the magic lamp, out pops the genie. Genie pops out, and you say you have one wish. You want to make goal, or do you want apple pie? None of you would pick apple pie if the genie gave you one wish, right? None of you would. So why, when you have that choice, why do you pick it? Well, I get why you do, because I've done it. But I want you to think in that terms of that mindset of if I have one wish, I have one focus, and that wish and that focus is to get to goal. I want that more than anything right now. You'll get there. So Susan is living the blue dots, down 3.8 this week. That's an amazing week. Weight Watchers says that you're supposed to lose an average of 1 to 2 pounds a week. And I think, and I don't know the algorithm, so don't quote me on it, but I'm assuming that they're giving you that 1 to 2 pound a week because they know a lot of us are going to kind of not be accurate in our tracker. I think if we're accurate in our tracker, those numbers are significantly higher. So, very cool. Charlotte, hello. Let's see. Life is fun. Debbie, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here. For sure. So Jane, I forget what episode that is. So that was the episode I released on April 1st, right? So that pizza is the Dag Giorno pizza. I released that episode on April 1st, right? You know what April 1st is? Yep. So that's what that is. Hope that makes sense. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, Linda, it's totally a head game. Nothing more than a head game. Charlotte, you've been there before, so that's so good. You know how to get back. That's great. Let's see. Diane says a thing is you can't get any idea about. You don't know who you're going to be at goal until you get there. You have to want to get there, right? That the why is so important. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, Linda, for that. Yes, Kathy got it figured out. The DAG, and it was, I spelled it DAG Giorno on purpose. So I was hoping, but it's funny. I get a handful of email on that as well, and I reply every single time with that was released on April Fool's Day. Yeah. So that's Johanna saying that the points change. So scan everything every time. Verify the scanners for sure. Diane can't wait to make goal. So Bonnie, like when you scan something, what they're saying is when you scan something in, verify that the numbers that like the scanner says it's going to be 20 calories and 5 grams of sugar or whatever. Validate that what pops up on the screen is what the box says, is what we're saying. So very cool. Yeah, I bet she makes a good apple pie. Cool. Well, good job, Denise. I'm proud of you for that. Really. When you make goal, I promise you, Denise, here we go. When you make goal, I promise you, you're not going to step on the scale and go, man, I just wish I would have eaten that apple pie. You're not going to say that. You won't even think about it. Yeah, so yeah, I like it. Johanna, that's perfect. Linda, thank you for this. Yeah, so Teresa, all blue dots, 2.6 pounds. That's how it works. That's how it works. Blue Dot Week. Great job, Kim. Good to see you up in Chicago. That was awesome. Yeah, Jane says, I was pulling apart the grocery store freezers, keeping the doors open, and melting everything. Very fun. All right, so and Kathy at the very end says, go do blue dots. Way to go, Kim. So Denise. So okay, Denise's family. Hey, I know it's a yummy apple pie. I get that. But Denise has got a goal right now. Denise is kind of focused on some other things. So truly, thank you for making the apple pie. It's delicious. I'm positive in all the love that went into it. I know you baked it just for her, but she has a goal right now, and what we need is we need to stay focused because she's got an Ironman she's got to compete in Louisville. And when she weighs in for the Ironman, she wants to go, you know what? I'm an athlete. I'm here to be fit. I'm here to compete. I'm here to compete with fierce intensity. And apple pie right now doesn't fit into that plan. Apple pie can fit in later. It really can, family. And so thank you for baking it. Really, I mean, truly, that is very, very generous. But what she needs right now is your support. And I want you guys to eat all of that so there's none left. So everyone, you grab a second slice right now so that Denise doesn't have any to tempt her, because sometimes sometimes the willpower is weak. So like if you leave a piece accidentally and you guys go in the other room, at midnight, sometimes we get up on our own and we grab it because we don't have that willpower. So I need you, family, to eat the entire thing so there's none left so that we can get Denise to goal, because that is more important than anything else. Once she gets to goal, then we'll work on getting the rest of you to goal. But she's first. So, cool? We good? All right. There we go. So I am going to end. Steve said we're going to end this with push-ups. Is that what you said, Steve? Are you still here? If you're not here, I'm not doing them. So Steve said we're going to end it with push-ups. So I'm going to unplug this microphone, go to there, and we'll get, how many we do, Steve? 22? Ha! That's funny. Right. So here's what people always say, I don't want to throw food away. I'm like, you can either throw the food away or you can carry it around for the rest of your life. Either or. Right? It's one or the other. All right, so push-ups. So how many? So 22 push-ups? That's what Steve and David are in for. Who else is in for push-ups? You guys can watch. Man, I hope I can do push-ups. I haven't done it. All right, so let me unplug this. Watch it for a second. 22. Wow. There we go. Let's go get 22 push-ups in. I'm going to find some room. You ready? All right, 22 push-ups. Can we do them on our knees, Steve, or no? 3. $21. Those are real ones. That's 25. And then we'll end with a plank. So 25 push-ups, and then we'll end with a plank. I don't have my timer going. This is not fun. All right. Woo! The plank was hard. All right, so have you noticed the thumbs? Sorry. Woo, that makes me tired. Have you noticed the thumbs up are in blue dot? Gotcha. Yeah, that is cool. All right, so did everybody get their push-ups in? Woo. Man, I'm tired now. I don't think planks are ever fun. So I got 22 push-ups and planks. Let's see here. How many more we got? Do you think I have any more in me? Ten more, that's all I got. All right. Whew. Well, anyway, so that's episode 84. Whew, it takes me a second to catch my breath. So, who knew that would take so much out of me? So, now again, hey, a year ago, none of that was happening. Not even like a little bit. So that's what some focus does. That's what some discipline does. That's what a little bit of attendance goals do. I kind of got a little bit of a fitness bug right now. I want to get ripped. I want to get like really big muscles. Not like really big, but like toned. So we'll see what the next year brings. It's going to take me a year to get that done, I think, just to see what it looks like. But thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go ahead and sign this off while I catch my breath. But truly, it's a complete honor to be here, to be hanging out with you, to work this journey together. Getting to goal is the goal. Once you're at goal, it's a whole different world. And so you have the ability to get there. More than anything, don't let anybody kid you on that. Don't let anybody fool you. You have the ability to get to goal. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Good night.